Hi guys, it's Sam here with Bargain Hunting Blonde, and today I'm bringing to you a tag video, and this is the Low Key Bags tag video. It was created by Tabby Violet, and I was tagged by She's the Posh and Lux Life in the Doghouse. I will link all three of them down below. I'll also link some people that I am tagging who may or may not have already done this video because I know I'm definitely on the back end, like always with almost all these tag videos, but I'm very excited to do this tag video. I think low-key luxury handbags differs for everyone, but for me, a low-key luxury handbag is a bag that you cannot necessarily tell right away what fashion house it's from. So for example, this little Louis Vuitton limited edition Petite Chapeau Souple, which I probably said wrong because I do not speak French, is very much not a low-key luxury handbag as the monogram is giant and all over it. But let's get into my picks and my choices, and as a warning, there's going to be kind of a lot of Selene because I love Selene, and I think in general Selene is a very low-key handbag brand, minus the luggage look, or you know, that whole like little robot face, which I think is adorable, but is very well known. So let's start out with my first Selene piece, and that is the Saline Belt Bag. This is in the nano size in the Amazon color. I recently did a reveal for it. I do own this bag in 3 different colors, in 3 different sizes. I love this bag. I think it's really cute, and it is very low-key luxury unless you know fashion, right? Because the Selene is very, very small on the front, gold embossed. Depending on the color, it's sometimes silver embossed. But other than that, unless you know like kind of this little whiskery style, you are not going to know this is a Selene bag. Beautifully made, great bag. Selene just has a tendency to do that. Very simple branding. Next up is something that is, I think a lot of people forget that the fashion house has, and that is a piece that's in this dust bag from Louis Vuitton. Mine is a vintage piece, but they do still make this leather, and this is a June file in the Epi leather noir. You can see it does have more wear on it when you're actually seeing in the sunlight like that, but this bag is very vintage. It's from the early 90s, I believe. The only way you can tell this is Louis Vuitton is if you don't know this print. You can see right there. You can see right here the little LV. All of the Epi pieces do have a little LV on them, but it is very hard to find, and it does make this bag really low-key, which is something people don't often associate with Louis Vuitton because they do have their monogram, they do have their damier print, which is their checkerboard print. I love this bag. I got it for such a steal. I think it was like $190 when I bought it. And it has no issues. It's beautiful, and the noir Epi just really, really holds up. Next piece is from a fashion house that I actually have a lot of pieces from. I just have a tendency, they never make it to YouTube. They sometimes make it to Instagram, but yeah, they never really make it to YouTube. And it is in a dust bag that is different than the actual bag on the inside. Somehow in my moving process, I randomly lost like a couple dust bags. Yeah, which did not make me happy, but I just replaced them with other dust bags. And it is my medium size Loewe puzzle bag. Loewe has amazing leathers. I think they make some of the best caramel colors. And again, if you don't know fashion, you are not going to realize what bag brand this is from. The only marking on this bag is on the top, as you can see right here, that is the Loewe symbol in white. I do know that depending on the color, the Loewe symbol can be different colors, as I do have another puzzle bag. I should probably do a Loewe collection video. This is kind of like a little bit of a reveal because I don't think a lot of you guys have seen this. This is the older style Loewe puzzle, and how you can tell is this bag has feet. I know, what a crazy thing to have feet. I purchased this from Saks Fifth Avenue, but I actually really, really love the Loewe boutiques, especially the one on Bond Street in London. I have a great essay there. She's fabulous. We just chat for a really long time, and then I purchase things I don't need, or sometimes I don't purchase anything. You never know. But I do think this is very low-key luxury because besides that, you just have a beautiful leather bag that has a very cool geometric shape to it. Next bag is, again, from I tried, guys. I really did try, and I only actually included 2 Selene bags, but there was like, at one point I had out like 5. So I think this is really a classic for the fashion house. I think it's a classic for a lot of people. It's not Manolo Blahnik, but there's another one. Dust bag went missing. Got very angry. I'm sure what happened is they are somewhere all of them together in one dust bag or with one bag, and I just cannot find them. Just a little frustrating. But that is my Selene box bag in this beautiful goat beige. It's technically, I think, sand calfskin. It is a beautiful color. This bag generally comes in a box leather, which is why it's called the box bag. But it does come in other leathers. I love this, which is goat skin. The liège leather is also very beautiful and is a lot like the epi leather. They're just a little more durable for this bag than the box. Even though I love box leather and would totally buy one in box leather, I was really happy when I found this neutral in a goat skin. It's just a little more durable. This bag literally has basically no markings on it that tell you it's Selene until you open this clasp, and then you have two markings. First, which is going to be very hard to see, is the Selene on this part of the clasp, like that interior, this part. You're not going to really be able to see it, but it does say Selene. And then there is the Selene on the, there you go, front part. This is an older Selene bag, so it does have the accent on the E. I am all team Phoebe Philo accent on the E, just so everyone knows. I obviously have newer bags that do not have that accent, but if I could, all my bags would have the accent. The strap is removable, which is why the strap is not on it at the moment. I do have the strap. This is a great classic bag. I don't think this is going anywhere. It is pretty pricey, and can even be pretty pricey on the Preloved market. It just depends. If you're willing to have a little more wear on the box leather, you could definitely get a good steal for the bag. The goat skin and the liège leather do have a tendency to go for a little more, especially if they're in good condition and don't have any sort of like staining or anything on the back, because as you can see, there's nothing on the back of this bag. So it is very easy for the bag to mark and have like denim or any sort of transfer or wear on it. So when I said that I had only picked two Selenes, I had lied, and I actually have 3 Selenes, but we'll mix up the Selenes a little bit and go back to one of my other favorite fashion houses, which is Louboutin. And a lot of you are probably thinking, well, Sam, you already hit on the epi leather. That's one of their, leathers that is really not noticeable and people don't really know it's Louboutin, but bear with me for this one. This is my Louboutin Pochette Matisse in the Empreinte Noir, which is beautiful. It does have gold hardware, and yes, it's got LV all over it. And when it's up this close to the camera and we're looking at it, you're thinking, this is very much evidently LV. This is not low-key luxury. I don't know what you're talking about. But if you're just carrying this bag as a day-to-day bag, honestly, you don't really notice the LV. It just looks like a beautiful pebbled leather bag. And the LV is subtle enough that I think it can count as low-key. For some people, again, might not be low-key, but for me, definitely counts as low-key. I love this bag. I didn't really get into leather in the fashion house besides like the vintage epi pieces until I bought this bag, and I still think, well, I do have a wallet, but other than that, this is my only leather bag from the fashion house. I've talked to some of you guys about it, and I've said in some of my videos, to me, Louis Vuitton is a canvas fashion house. I think there's nothing wrong with that at all. I think they should capitalize on that and make their canvas pieces a little more readily available. We love the fashion house for their canvas, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And I think that they maybe need to realize that, and we go to other fashion houses for leather. But I'm sure their profit margins on canvas are insane, so I don't even know why they're trying to push the leather. I don't get it. Okay, last but not least is in this The Real dust bag. As you can see, it is very bright color pieced through the dust bag. And you probably have seen this in one of my Selene collection videos. I've had this bag for a while. I really like to travel with it, because, especially in the summer, because this bag just screams to me like summertime fun. And that is my Selene Trio in this beautiful bright blue color. I don't actually know the name of this color. I did buy this from The Real. I think it was about $300. You can definitely get this bag for a steal. It is the small, there is the large. And the only way you can tell this is Selene, if you don't know, because a lot of high street brands make bags very similar to this trio, is the Selene stamp on the front, which is very small, very dainty. I love this bag. I think it is definitely underrated. I think it's so, like, if I had different colors, I would totally mix and match the pouches. I have been tempted to buy another one of these, but since I do really only tend to use this when I'm on vacation, it's not actually worth it for me. Very cute bag. And that is my current last bag in my low-key luxury tag. I could keep going. I think that there are a lot of fashion houses, like basically all Hermes is low-key luxury, just because like Selene, they have a tendency not to, put any sort of monogram all over everything, even though Celine does have some monogram bags. I think that certain pieces of Chanel, I don't own one, but I do think reissue is very low-key luxury because it does not have the CC clasp. I think even with the CC clasp, depending on how you're carrying the bag, you can't even tell. And again, a lot of high street brands and other brands do make quilted bags, which is very Chanel. I think if you, though, like monogram, like I do love monogram, as you can tell by the bags behind me, that there's nothing wrong with that. I think sometimes it is just fun to have a bag that's a little more low-key depending on where you're going. But if you love monogram and you only want to wear monogram, you do you. I'm like dead serious on that. Like I think sometimes we worry a little bit too much about what other people think with our different bags, and if you love them, you love them, and you worked hard to buy them, or they were a really nice present from someone, there's nothing wrong with that, and you should carry what you love. So if you want to see more of these tag videos, handbag reveals, handbag comparisons, please make sure to hit the subscribe button down below and the notification bell so you can get notified every time I upload a new video, which is about twice a week. If you want to see how I style my bags, please make sure to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and my blog, all linked down below. Thank you so much for tuning into this tag video today, guys, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.